Still no ultimatum. Would you eat
Brother.
a Swampert? It's one or the other. How much do you love Swampert? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. How much do you love Swampert more than Pokemon, or do you love Pokemon more than Swampert?
They're literally the same. What are you talking about? I don't like this question. You're not.
Okay, Jericho. Would you eat a Typhlosion?
Would you make love to a Typhlosion?
Wait, so you wouldn't you you wouldn't eat a Ty?
I don't like Gardevoir.
He likes Lopunny. Come on.
Yeah, I like Lopunny, Batman.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. Schoolyard, control never looking too hard. That's good, next houses. So together, sometimes, sometimes, together. Let's go!
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX! Generation X! Yeah.
Game on, get your game on.
We're gonna be a game on. And on today's episode,
That was beautiful.
yeah,
That was beautiful.
don't
Welcome back to
laugh.
an episode of ShinoBroz podcast. I'm Sly.
I'm Wade.
I think I'm Samson.
Sorry.
I think you interrupted me.
What a treat! What a treat! We
Wow.
got 2 guests on the show today. We got Samson and
Hey, that's the point.
That's your cue. That's your
Exactly.
cue.
Where's he at though?
We got Jericho back with us on the pod. And if you haven't guessed, today's theme is gonna be Pokemon.
Yeah, by the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX theme song. If you didn't.
I knew the lyrics. He was throwing me
I was
off because he
purposefully
was
doing it
mumbling.
wrong. I was doing that wrong on purpose.
And you're the one who said it in the group chat.
You were correct.
Well, anyways,
That's just working.
Wade is wanting to talk about his Pokemon here, apparently.
No, I wrote down the stuff that me and Jericho talked about after we turned the pod off that we're going to talk about this week.
Is it Pokemon
I
related?
just forgot to type everything out
is
now.
it Pokemon related?
Did you make actual notes or did you make Sly notes?
I made actual notes.
Listen,
Actual note, I should say.
when I'm in a rush, I write down key points that I forget. So
So is Typhlosion canceled? Can we start with that?
His-
Listen to the most recent episode to get the right
Oh, we did.
Jericho
talk
already
about that.
defend him.
You
Oh.
weren't here when we talked about it.
Yeah, I was
so-
absent.
Yeah.
We'll just remove that. I never said that.
All right, moving on. Next topic.
No, wait. Do you think? What's your thoughts on it?
I don't know enough. I think it's all allegedly. I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
It's all hearsay.
Okay.
Yeah, so was
Yeah.
Bill Cosby. Anyways,
Well, I don't know. He had people come out.
That's a big jump.
As it is a
Levels of separation.
until I get some characters like coming out and saying that Typhlosion did anything. He's not really guilty quite yet. You know.
All right,
Until
so how
Misty comes out or May comes out. and
how
I'm
do you
like,
feel
yeah.
about the Gardevoir doll? Gardevoir doll.
This is what do you call it? Like housekeeping or something like that. At the top of the episode, where we're just like,
Recap.
yeah, recapping stuff.
I want to talk about it. It's
Did you put the
disgusting.
pre-order in for the Gardevoir?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Can I cuss on here? Can you just
Sure.
bleep me out?
Okay, here this.
Yes, you can guess.
What is there a Pokemon that you want a life-size plush or doll of?
I wouldn't mind a Snorlax
There's a, I
Something
mean
to
that
sleep-
that
something to
exists.
sleep
That
on.
exists.
There,
So
yeah, there is a giant.
in a non-sexual way.
you just want to lay on him.
No one was gonna say anything,
Well,
Now
they
you
brought
put
up
that out
God of
there.
Our first, so I had to just put it out there.
They do have like a giant.
Snorlax is 6'11". Where are you gonna put him?
Yeah.
My house.
That's a bed. What are you talking about?
I have room for a bed.
That is true. That could be the best.
You know what I mean? Like I got other rooms. I'll figure it out.
You got a whole house, man.
That's what I'm saying. That could be the guest bed.
That could be the
True.
guest bed.
Guest bed is just a Snorlax.
Show up at
bed.
Samson's house. Hey, I'm here to use your guest
That's
bed.
what I'm saying.
Brings a girl home, is like, you ready to have some fun? Opens the door, there's just a Snorlax on the floor.
Pokey flute on the dresser.
Oh my
She's like,
God.
"What's that?"
No, this is getting bad.
Watch it. restrain. Okay, let's get here and talk about what we came here to talk about. Pokemon regionals, like physical, like being there, is gonna be crazy once everything that's supposed to be released gets released. So I'm talking like because of Pokemon, like regular TCG and the VGC, you got Go, and now you got Pocket, and now you're gonna get Champions. How is that all going to work?
I think it's not going to be all separate. I think all of VGC after the year might end up all being on Champions. But for trading cards, I don't know. That's your realm to guess. If you feel like they're going to stray away from the physical game, or if you think they're going to like go towards Pocket because it's faster. And because I do recall that at regionals, the card games were long compared to the VGC. So I'm not sure if that's going to change or not now that there's Pocket.
That's what I don't think that they would get rid of, like the physical cards. I don't know. Something in me just says that they won't.
I think
get
that
rid of
too.
the physical cards.
Show him your shirt.
Oh yeah.
Can I cuss on this? Can you just bleep me out? Because I
You see
You
it
can
from
cuss. I don't
all
care.
right, cool.
Hold on, mine's like, can I-
Now you need to get closer.
I can't.
Yeah, it is weird.
Look at
What's
that.
the shirt say?
Look at
It
that.
says, can you hold that a minute?
Is that like a?
Oh, it's like a knockoff Pokemon theme.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
advertisement.
it looks like a knockoff.
Big League Pikachu.
Yeah, like that old baseball cone that lasted 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't know. All right.
You know why it's called Big League Chew?
I don't.
Because they chewed gum instead of tobacco.
Okay.
Oh, why'd they go back?
Why'd
Why'd they regress?
All right.
Look how I'm not in the middle. I'm gonna scooch over. I'm gonna give you some room.
A little too close to Samson there.
Was it like you?
No, I'll get to, you're like hunched up in the corner.
That's why I like it.
Wade and I almost matched. I had on that exact same jacket today, but then it was warm.
Oh, it was.
So screw that.
It's cold down here, though. Do you feel that?
A little bit. I like that though. I don't mind the cold.
Okay.
I went an entire couple of months with no heat, so it's fine to me.
All right, we're gonna cut that out. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Run it back. What was the question? Pokemon Regional is gonna be crazy with every option that we have now. We got Go, we got TCG, we got VGC, we got Pocket, we got getting Champions. Anything else I'm missing?
I mean, there is ZA, technically speaking.
That would
Yeah.
but that would go with VGC.
I don't think ZA is going to be competitive for VGC. I think they're going to keep it Scarlet and Violet, and let ZA just kind of be its own game like Arceus.
All right, going back to what you remember what you said last time before the camera cut off.
What?
No, I was talking to Samson.
I don't recall. I know.
We were talking about like championships, or
Champion.
Pokemon champions
Oh yes.
being.
So Pokemon Champions might be the default for VGC competitive, because now people can compete on their phone and battle against people on their Switch. However, it's going to be crazy packed now, because imagine how many people it was before with just Switches. Now they're going to have their phones. So I feel like there's going to be a lot more people
I
now.
think they're also maybe it's like, well, is it possible for someone to like say I go to regionals now and there was what Go, TCG, and VGC? Is there? I mean, I guess you can't with how everything's scheduled, but like, would there be a scenario where one person one Pokemon trainer does all those events simultaneously.
I don't think. I think the
I don't think
only
you
way
can.
to do it would be you'd have to compete in one in a different regional, because to compete in all of them, you would have to make it on time every time.
Yeah,
And to do the trading card battles,
that takes an
yeah,
hour.
you would not be getting back to your VGC
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say you guys were both in there. Do you think you had enough time to?
I couldn't even
No.
watch
To
a lot
switch
of your
over?
stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't watch it. Yeah, just having TCG at least. It was an hour. Sometimes we would go over. So
Yeah.
they had to time us. We had specific an hour timer because it's a hit or miss. Sometimes you can get a quick win, but most of the time, especially when you're playing with professionals, it's chess.
Yeah.
It
Would
really
you-
is chess.
Would you prefer them switching to Pocket for competitive, or would you prefer them staying the physical card game?
Pocket, I feel like it's a great game for people who wants like a quick fix for TCG, but it's not going to replace TCG. TCG is much more competitive just because of all the mechanics
Right.
that's into it. Pocket, I like it for how quick it is, and it's just a game, and it's so limited in a way where you're not going to get this overall meta deck where that's going to beat everyone, because it's
Sure.
always going to be luck of the draw. It's always going to be type matchups. Whereas TCG, it's more formulated to where you can get a very good deck, but the downside is, again, luck of the draw.
Right.
TCG just kind of speeds it up. It's fun for like beginners, but I wouldn't say you can play it like competitively to the actual TCG.
You know what it'll be? I feel like it'll be like they'll still the main events will still be like the VGA, the TCG, and whatever the third one was. What was it?
Go.
Was it Go.
Go.
Yeah, Pokemon Go. And I think at least for this year, they probably will have Pocket, but it'll be a side thing.
Yeah.
I can
Like
see
how
that.
I can see Pocket being a side thing. I don't think it
Yeah.
should be a main thing
I agree.
because
Not yet, at least.
it's so quick, and it's so, because there are Pocket tournaments, but it's always based on type matchups and luck of the draw.
it's not
you
as
can-
skill based.
Yeah, you can have the same decks go against each other, but one person's gonna have a better draw.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could say same thing with the regular TCG, but with the regular TCG, it's longer. It's more chess based because it's more mechanics, and it's 60 decks or 60 cards in a deck rather than 20 cards in a deck. So, and also with Pocket, instead of 6 prizes, it's 3, and it just goes quicker. So it makes more sense for it to be a side quest.
Yeah.
Because it's quick and easy. I feel like that's more for and also there's a lot of cards, but like the packets that they have on Pocket is limited right now. So
That's true. Whereas on the physical card game, you can just buy the cards that you need. Compared to where on Pocket, it's kind of hard to just do that. You
Yeah.
have to
and
really go for
see,
luck.
there's another. I mean, you could say
You can
with
only
the
compete with the cards that you
Yeah.
have. You
Mhm.
can't like buy cards. Do they? As far as I know, they don't have like cards in the shop, do they?
no, not single cards.
It's a
They have-
situation where like each pack, once you open a pack, you get a certain amount of points, and you can use those points to buy a card, but they're so expensive that you would have to be opening up packs like so
and
constantly.
again, it's all
okay.
algorithm based, and it's like it's a hit or miss.
I
yeah,
feel like
can't
they
guarantee.
won't do that then, because then that's almost play to win.
yeah.
But you can also say that with the regular TCG because you can just buy the card that you want.
Yeah, but at least that's with. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I think for the physical TCG, when you buy a card, it's more intentional. Like whenever you were in North Carolina and you were like, no, I need this card.
Yeah.
Like I need this card, and you were like going around for it. I feel like on Pocket that doesn't exist,
Mhm.
and I feel like it's a lot less passionate. I feel in those battles, you wouldn't get as many fun battles as you.
Can we all just agree that Pokemon Pocket is an NFT. It's really what it is.
Oh,
It's an NFT.
Literally.
That's what it is.
I'm just waiting for Swampert to be released. I don't even care about the battling anymore.
I mean, I collect the
Just wanna
emblems and
collect
everything, but
one Swampert card.
Yes.
I'm keeping all of it because I feel like regionals will have like some kind of side quest for it.
That's
so I'm
true.
like, I'm trying to keep up with Pocket
Yeah.
just for that reason.
Yeah.
It'll be like,
Champions, though, I'm excited for.
I'm curious about Champions because then if that gets thrown in the mix, so
I think it'll replace VG. It will become VGC. Like, it'll
Yeah.
be the new VGC.
That's what I was gonna say when you were talking about that before. I know me and Jericho talked a little bit about it after the show, like after the pod. But also I was wondering, like, do you think that they would have one for, like, do you think that they would allow you to use your phones against Switch players, or do you think it would be like more bring your own stuff, or do you think it would be, because I know for the VGA they had Switches. Did you take your own Switch?
I brought Slash because mine was having problems.
Okay, but you used your own Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, though,
Never mind.
once you
I
get
was
to
thinking
the
that they had it all set up.
once you get to the later rounds, you use someone else's Switch. Like, they have their own Switch for you once you get to like
So they know
the
that they
streaming part of it.
play.
Yeah. Well, at
yeah,
least to
that
the
makes
bigger
sense.
ones, yeah.
That makes sense because I feel like if it was on your phone, people can jailbreak that.
Well, the thing is for the phones is that I'm curious how that's going to go down for the regionals, because that will be legal. Like, people, just like how it is in Go, like everyone on Go has their phones, and I don't ever
that's
see
true.
them on Go using like an iPad or anything, which would be amazing.
That's why I was trying to think.
There's
I thought they
regulations.
had,
Yeah.
like their Switches that, like, you had to use their Switch.
I think
so that they could regulate it, and I was like, I wonder if they would have you sign in from your account into their Switch.
Well, don't they?
there,
don't-
so
to play it?
there's a way to go about it. Whenever you have a Switch, and I'm sure it's going to be like this from Champions too, when you have a team and your team is like ready, you can just upload it and you'll get a code, and you can use that code, give that code to somebody else, and now they can use your team. So technically they wouldn't even have to do the whole setup of an account. All they need is you and the code.
Yeah, because I don't know how it was for VGC, but for TCG we had to register our decks. So every card that we used in our deck, we had to write down like the name, the number,
That's how it was for
stuff
VGC.
like that. So I imagine it would be harder for people to cheat once you like, all right, this is the stats and everything, and they verify it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what all did you have to put in the registry
I
list.
think my Pokemon's move sets, the item that it was holding, I think the only thing I didn't have to record was its stats. But like in Pokemon, they're pretty keen on knowing if it's like, if you got it legally or if you got it through like action replay or something.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to use what you have, even if like it's a different phone or different Switch. So it'd be
That
interesting.
makes sense. That makes sense.
I know that in the games that you can have them hold items and stuff like that, but when you were describing it in my head, I was just like, you at a guy with a clipboard being like, yeah, this is my Swampert. He's holding a berry, and Swampert's just sitting there like with a berry, just looking at him.
I
Whomper.
want to see the anime versions of like Pokemon holding items, because it has to be goofy. I want to see a Ditto holding a Rocky helmet in the anime. Just random stuff.
That's the thing. Write it down.
How do you think it's gonna go, Jericho?
Yeah, Jericho's quiet. He slept. He fell asleep.
What do you think? I'm referred to. I agree with Samson. I do think Champions is going to replace VGC in terms of the competitive scene. Simply because I think it just benefits everyone. You know, if you have Champions where it's mobile and Switch, that makes it much more inclusive for many more people to join in. I think there may be a element to it, kind of like Pocket, where you have these quick little 2v2 battles just to kind of run a few games, just to have some fun. But they'll also touch on the more competitive side of things, where maybe if you're a competitor and you're traveling professionally to compete, you could be at the airport and have your phone, you have to pull out your Switch, and you can test a few teams while you're waiting for your flight. So I think it's a really, really advantageous for that regard. And also, if you think about it this way, let's just say, hypothetically, when Scarlet and Violet came out, let's say 30% of the game design had to be catered to the online and competitive matchmaking side of things. If you remove that now from the main line of games and dedicate the online competitive scene to strictly champions, that is 30% more of a game that you can add features in, like bringing back the battle facilities. You have the seals, like on the Pokeballs, where you send them out and they have custom little animations. That is more Pokemon included in the decks. That's more cutscenes. I mean, it expands their creativeness to really tell you more compelling story, and to also engage the player as well with new and exciting features. Like, for example, with ZA, we're getting the new battle mechanic where you can kind of control, to a degree, the Pokemon's movement to dodge attacks in real time, which I think is very interesting. And I think if they do decide to shift into more champions on the competitive side, it'll really enhance the consumer experience on any upcoming Pokemon games that'll soon be released.
So here's my thing. Because of champions, where it's gonna be just a competitive play.
In my notes, I had Pokemon Champions as like Pokemon Stadium,
Yeah.
but competitive.
So,
whatever.
with that being said, what champions is supposed to be, is that gonna stop Pokemon Company from making the base games? I feel like, because
No,
they're not gonna.
He was saying that, like, because there's going to be a separate thing just for
Competitive play.
competitive play, that in the main games now that allows the battles to be more creative, or like more theatrical.
Think
would you
about it
say?
like this.
Correct?
Each game is going to be a lot more like Arceus, because Arceus, there wasn't online battling, but
Yeah.
Arceus was one of the best games for Pokemon I've ever played.
So they're gonna focus more on, like, for the main games to just be like storyline based,
Yeah.
single player,
Yeah.
maybe campaigns and stuff like that.
Yes.
'Cause then
I
they
would
don't
prefer
have to-
that. That way they don't have to cater to like They have like a whole department just for competitive, and that'll be champions.
Kind of like this just popped into my head. Kind of like how like Super Smash Brothers Melee is the competitive one,
Mm-hmm.
but Super Smash Brothers Brawl everyone likes, or I mean, what is it? Ultimate? Like, it's the one that everyone likes because it's, you know, there's so many characters and all that
Right.
stuff like that, but it plays slower. So the Pokemon Champions version of battling would be like streamlined, tight, like competitive battling. And then the main games, it would be more flashy and showy and have more like more different mechanics that wouldn't work for
That makes sense.
that make it look nice and play nice, but wouldn't work for competitive.
That makes sense.
Mhm. And the cool thing about it, oh, you can go.
Go ahead, Samson.
No, it's all you.
I mean, let's just compare the last two generations of the mainline series games. So you have Scarlet and Violet, and you have Sword and Shield. The main complaint of Sword and Shield, one was the trees, which was stupid. Secondly, it was because the competitive players were saying that the battles took too long because of the animations. Which is why now you look at Scarlet and Violet, and all of the moves are very simple, very quick animations because they want to get through the games a little quicker. If you now remove the need to, in a manner of speaking,
Play competitively.
abide by the needs of the competitive people, you can bring back those more animated cutscenes or animations for them.
Made the game more pretty.
Exactly, because now you don't have to rush through the game so that the competitive people can get what they want to do. Because now, as soon as a new game comes out, they just send an update into Champions like they do for home when they update the decks, and they just put all those Pokemon in Champions, and then they can start battling with them in there to see what works, what doesn't, what kind of teams they can build, things like that.
And maybe in the main games, like you were saying about ZA, how like the battle mechanics, like you can move with the Pokemon now and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll add like another mechanic that's like counter mechanics, or another one that's like a Super Smash where it has like a cinematic to it whenever it's doing the move or whatever,
Yeah,
to kind of like
yeah, and
bridge it with how the anime feels to watch, like playing it like that. Because I know we were talking about
Yeah.
how like playing the games for me as a kid was always so different. Like I'd watch the anime and I'd be like, this is really cool, and then I play the games and I'm not one for turn-based stuff, so I'm just kind of like blim, 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 you know, that stuff, and then I'm like, but it looks so cool in the anime. But then when I'm playing it, I'm just like, hit a button, hit a button, hit a button, animation, hit a button, hit a button. You know, it was like there was a disconnect for me with it. So I'd like to see, like, I'd like to see in the main games. It might actually get me back into the main games because I haven't played a main
More
game
animation.
Since, I haven't played a main game
Yeah.
since
Arceus.
Fire Red.
Oh,
You played.
No, I
you
don't
played
know.
Arceus.
I played Arceus, but I don't consider that a main game. That's kind of like a 'cause,
True.
like Pokemon
Yeah,
Snap.
that's true.
Yeah, you're right.
I've played Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap,
Played all the games. It's for the main
Pokemon
games.
Arceus. Yeah, I don't like the main games.
I think you might like this one just from watching the battle animations. The fact that they're moving around and it's.
I'm telling you, we're
it's not
gonna
even
have a
like- yeah.
Pokemon when it gets
Makes me excited.
released. We're all gonna get the game and have that weekend for the boys.
Yeah.
Which starter are you choosing? Who are you choosing?
I don't know.
There's Totodile. There's Chikorita.
Yeah, what you gonna choose,
'Cause
Jericho?
Arceus was
They
so
took your
awesome.
boy out.
Yeah. Who are you choosing, Jericho?
Jono supremacy. All right.
There's no way you're gonna choose Tepig.
So here's the thing. I have certain Pokemon in mind that I wanted to use that I never got. I've never used, and they're in Kalos. The problem is that I like both Mega Charizard forms. Basic, I know. Greninja's back in the game. Basic, I know.
No. But who are you starting with?
And
He's-
I'm not, you know,
He's dodging the question.
He's getting
He's
there.
dodging the question.
I'm getting there. I'm wrapping around.
Okay.
What's interesting is that I think if you watch the extended trailer, it's about a minute, almost like the 2-minute mark. When the trainer is battling with Chikorita, it knows Disarming Voice, which is a fairy move that it does not learn currently,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of teases potentially that the new form will be a grass fairy type. Which
Chikorita's
I
gonna be a
like
fairy.
because Kalos, in my opinion, doesn't have any real good grass types, including the starter Chestnut. So, if I just happen to get leaked that Meganium's Grass Fairy, that I might go with Chikorita. Because then I get to use all the cool Pokemon that I wanted to use.
That kind of makes me
But
want
if
to.
not that, Totodile's pretty dope too.
That kind of makes me want Chikorita also.
Chikorita slander. There's no Chikorita slander here. Everyone on the internet's defending Chikorita now. Their time has come.
I will say that
It has a great design.
I know I have a soft spot for Meganium because one of my old TCG decks
Yeah.
uses Meganium in it, and it's awesome. Like I love that deck.
I am kind of glad that it's getting some love for the first time because for so long it was the worst, and that's hard to say because there's a lot of starter Pokemon that I could have chose and said that one's the worst, but it never got love. It never got a good move pool, so I'm really glad it gets to
It's shine.
be something now.
So Chikorita's not the worst, but people call it the worst.
It's one of. I don't know if
One of the
there
worst.
is a justified worst yet, but it was definitely one of them. So I'm glad that now it gets to not be that.
Okay.
I think that whole discussion of like what's a bad and good starter to a degree is subjective.
Well,
Yeah,
and more
yeah.
for like competitive, I'd say. But if it's
Yeah.
not competitive, then it'd be different.
Yeah, because I
But in
hear
terms of
I was just gonna say I hear Jonah talk all the time about like, because I mostly choose Pokemon based on looks
Yeah.
and like types and stuff like that. But then I'll hear him be like, oh, like Meganium's terrible, or he's like, I like Meganium, but I can't use it in a battle because it sucks or whatever. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that there's a whole nother side of Pokemon.
Yeah.
like,
See,
in the main game.
I've never
that's, like,
played the VGC competitively, so I always went by looks. And every time I go to a gym or something, I make sure I'm like over leveled, so it's always a quick sweep for me. Because I play the games just for what it is. I don't play competitively.
I think that for me, it's kind of like I have to make them different. So I have to save the competitive for like after I've beaten the game. So whereas whenever I'm in the game, I don't really care about the competitive as much as I am just pretending like I'm in the game.
You're enjoying the journey
Yeah.
while you're in the game.
Hey
Pretty
Jericho, how
You're like train.
how upset would you be if they just took your boy out completely, you can't get Cyndaquil in the game at all.
I mean, yeah, I'd understand it. Just because he wasn't in the original X and Y games, and we just had him in Legends Arceus.
Chikorita.
If the starters they announce get Mega Evolutions, and then Typhlosion just gets gypped from that,
Yeah.
that's when I'll be a little upset. Regional forms is fine. I think they absolutely deserve regional forms. If they stick to the same formula of Legends Arceus, then yes, they'll get regional forms. But it's the Megas that concern me. If Meganium and Feraligatr get Megas, and Typhlosion gets left out of that conversation, Pokemon's getting a strongly worded email.
I have a theory that Typhlosion is going to be in the game, and he might be the only starter of the Johtos to get a Mega. My theory is that all 3 of the current starters are going to get their own little regional form, but there's going to be other starters who are not starters who get a Mega, and I think Typhlosion might actually get one. I hope I'm right, but we'll see.
I was gonna say,
I hope you're right too.
Chikorita and Feraligatr weren't in, or I'm sorry, Totodile weren't in Arceus, were they?
No.
Mm-mm. That was, yeah, no, I don't think so.
I think that this game, no, I don't know. I was gonna say, I think that it's time that they should have like everything that you know, they can squeeze as much in there as they want. That was a problem I had whenever Pokemon kept like, they tacked on like 80 to 100 Pokemon every year or whatever, because it's like now they have so many Pokemon.
It's like over 200 or 1,000.
That you can't like, unless it's like next gen hardware, you can't have all the Pokemon in one.
Yeah, how many Pokemon are there now? Hey Siri,
I think it's 1,025.
how many Pokemon are there?
Maybe the Switch 2. Maybe the Switch 2 will
68.
be the system that has a
But
Pokemon game.
The problem now with the new Pokemon is not that there's many, it's the fact that the power scaling is so unbalanced.
Oh yeah.
Like the last 3 generations Pokemon are just have better stats than the first 3 generations.
Yes.
Which is why you only have like Gyarados, Arcanine, and Dragonite that are good from Gen 1. Tyranitar is the only good one from Gen 2. Salamence and Metagross, which Metagross is even a stretch, is the only good one from Gen 3 that isn't a legendary.
1,025.
Yet you have a Gen 7 and a Gen 8 starter in competitive currently. It's very unbalanced. And I feel like if they take out the competitive side of the mainline Pokemon games, maybe they can kind of even the stats out a little bit more, at least for those games.
Yeah.
So the total number of Pokemon in the National Pokédex as of right now is 1,025, including Mega Evolutions, Gigantamax, regional forms. The total goes to 1164.
No, I don't
So
believe.
it's a lot of Pokemon. Back
What
in
you said including it goes to what? 1,064?
yeah, 1,164,
So me and
including
Jericho were-
Mega Evolutions.
What was your number, Jericho?
1,025.
Yeah,
His was spot on. Mine was like 168 or 1,068.
And that takes me back to the original point of if they remove the competitive part of Pokemon, they can include the rest of that Pokédex. They don't have to be limited to 700 some change. They can add the whole national dex. Make
Yes.
an actual challenge to complete the Pokédex.
Back in my day, we had 151 Pokemon.
I feel like the Switch 2 will allow for more processing power to handle all of, or not processing power. I don't know what I'm saying.
You know, well, while we're
They'll be able to fit more stuff in the games because of the hardware.
while we're here sitting here and like just talking about all the like mechanics of it all, can you imagine like coming up with this stuff? Like, I want to be in the room where they're all creating this stuff.
Here's the thing, though. They've made so many trash decisions that I also would love to be in that room.
Yeah.
There's been so many trash shinies that I gotta.
Yeah, what is up with the shinies?
All of Gen 9 shinies are bad.
Trash.
5 are good.
I hate when they
Bold.
make the shinies just like a little darker or a little.
Or
just like,
an
Yeah.
ugly shade of green.
Yeah, why did they do that?
shinies are green or pink.
Because they hate us.
Well, in the original, wasn't like a shiny like a glitch or something?
Yeah.
I don't
So-
know. I do know that
Was the original shiny Shining Gyarados from Silver.
Yeah, what was the
Yes.
first shiny?
I believe the first in the mainline games was the Gyarados, but that wasn't a glitch
No,
because that was
No,
in the
no,
manga and everything.
Yeah, so like in the original, it was like a glitch with like just a different shade or something. And I guess what if they used that formula for everything and it just
What would have been a glitch in?
I don't believe
the
it was a.
original
I know the
one?
missing note was a. Jericho, you're somewhere where you can Google things.
Yeah, I'm on it right now. Keep talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think the shinies became from a glitch, but I'd like to know. I know missing note was a glitch.
Dragonite was the first mega, or no,
Mega
no, it wasn't the first mega. What was
Gigantamax.
Gigantamax?
Yeah.
Dragonite was the first Gigantamax.
I remember that
I'll
episode.
I'll still
remember
die
this.
on that hill 100%.
I remember this. Here,
Kaiju
I got a
tentacles.
question for you, Samson.
Okay.
So, when you're competing in the regionals, because this is why I like TCG, is because I can play with the cards when it's not my turn.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm like fidgeting with the cards. I'm
Right.
fidgety. Like you see, if you see me, I'm like just like shuffling my cards in my hand and I'm doing all this stuff. What do
Right.
you do? Because I know you're just staring at a screen, but like
Well, that's the thing. It's always my turn, because both of us have our turns at the exact same time. We're both choosing our
true.
move
Yeah.
at the exact
That's
same
true.
time.
What
So
do you do as you're watching it? Well, I guess you're just watching it play out.
yeah,
I am literally okay. So it's hard to like fathom this. You might get it, but I'm trying to process what my opponent is going to
Yeah.
do based on what I have shown.
yeah,
If I can somehow guess that he is going to try to reverse this, I can maybe counter his counter before he even counters.
yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot I that's in my head being processed. It's almost scary to even think about. But I'm always just like, what's he gonna do? What am I gonna do?
See, the thing about VGC is what gets me more anxious than just the TCG, because TCG I can see everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the worst that I might get is a coin toss. Like that's the like only luck
You
chance
can see
base.
their moves,
Yeah.
you can see
Whereas VGC, you got like stats to worry about. You gotta see, oh, is he gonna
Yes.
outspeed me?
Yeah,
I'm like,
'cause that's
I
the
can't see
thing.
those numbers.
I can have a Pokemon.
Can you see
say-
the numbers? Can you see their numbers like speed and stuff?
yeah.
No, you can. Well, technically, you can only see their stat changes. So, say Dragonite used Swords Dance, and you can go and check to see how many times he's used Swords Dance or how many times he's gotten that boost, but you can't see his original statistic.
Yeah.
So
See
I might fight a Dragonite who's slower than my Dragonite, but the next battle I can fight a Dragonite that's faster than my
Faster, yeah.
Dragonite. So it's anxious.
Yeah, it's that's hard because didn't they give you a sheet of your opponent and they show you like what moves their
Yeah.
Pokemon has?
Yeah.
I feel like that's dumb.
Oh,
That's
wait.
so dumb.
I
Yeah, so you
That's
kinda- so
cheating.
You do see.
See, with
you see their
TCG,
move sets, yeah.
yeah, with TCG, because I know the meta, I can guess what my opponent has in their decks. But that's like the only. Other than that, I don't know what really is in their decks. That's why in my deck, when I was playing regionals at the time, I always threw in a card that it's not supposed to be in my deck to throw my opponent off.
That's smart. No, I do the same thing. It's always nice to have
Fidgety. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it's always nice to I guess what I call it is the meta from like what's the most used Pokemon of that a season. I try to use the meta, but sometimes I'll try to change the move set of the meta to try and surprise people. But the idea that they can see my entire move set ahead of time is definitely weird. But it helps me too, because they could have a Pokemon that's completely ruthless and could take me out in a move or two, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So it does make it fair, or more fair than it could have been. Because then you'd have sleeper picks just winning randomly, just based on the element of surprise and not actual skill.
I hate metas. I hate the idea of metas.
I don't
But I
like
can see it.
I-
But it's just boring to me because like now I'm facing the same decks 3 times in a row. It's not
Yeah.
fun.
That's
Show me
true.
something new.
I try to think about meta as like a basketball game.
Mhm.
Because like if I was to play NBA 2K and there's like competitive meta players, I'm for sure going to be fighting LeBron James every game, if not Michael Jordan, Kobe, or Steph Curry. However, if you're not using Kobe, LeBron James, Jordan, or Steph Curry, you're going to have a hard time. So it's kind of like it's weird. You have to find what you're best with, and sometimes you got to use what's best in that season.
Like Thrash, whenever they put cars in Fortnite, he's like, can't fucking play Fortnite anymore because if you don't have a car, you're not gonna win. Well, then get a car. No, because it's not.
It's literally like that. Yeah, that's how it is for Pokemon games. It's like I don't want to use it.
That's crazy.
Well, if he would just come to the pod, show up for once,
Oh man,
we would have to.
I wouldn't know
Could
if he's
defend
here or
himself.
not. I haven't been here enough to know he's been absent.
You've been here more than he has.
That's a shame.
That is true.
Has there been like a move or anything you did that was like, wow, it's crazy. I can't believe I did that. I pulled that off
In Pokemon,
in the when you were at regionals.
in regionals, no, I played basic because I was trying not to use the meta that my first regionals, because it was my first time and I was like, no, I'm using my Swampert, I'm using what I like, I'm not using any legendaries, and I did good, but I didn't do how I would have wanted. Next time I'm not only using the meta, I'm practicing with it. It's gonna be much different.
I just remember it was my last match of the day, and it was my last match of regionals, and I pulled off. It was a very scenario based. Everything lined up perfectly, and I did this card switch move, and my opponent just lost it. He's like, "What?" And I beat him, in that round, but we tied at the end. But he couldn't get over that move I did. I forgot what I did, but I just remember I used the. I can't even remember what I did, but
I think
it was such. I just felt like such a genius in that moment, because I was like, "Oh, this is crazy! It's all lining up," and I did it, and I was like, "Oh, I can't believe I pulled that off in a regional."
True.
It's like it was like getting the final goal, or scoring the last touchdown or whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to put sports. I don't watch sports, but
we have to compete more often. We had to find some tournaments because I know you.
I do, but
Morgantown.
right now I've been so out of practice.
What's in
What?
What's in Morgantown?
Yeah. So I was looking at places that had tournaments close by, and the closest one is in, well, I guess we can just say it, Morgantown.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Samson before about this. We were gonna see if we can go down and compete sometime, but I have to get new cards and everything, because I've been so. The only thing I'm playing is Pocket.
True. Worst case scenario is you can always have a VGC team for just in case. That way you can at least join the festivities.
Yeah.
Same with you, Jericho. You're always welcome to compete, even if it's not like a mainline regional event. If you just want to do it for fun.
I think you should, Jericho.
Well, I always said if they would do more events, like for example, when Samson was with us in North Carolina, they had that small little event where around Halloween you could get online and do like a ghost type theme event, and you would just challenge other players who had all ghost types. I would do more stuff like that just because I think that's more fun and more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with competing is simply this: I strive to be the best at whatever I'm trying to do.
You get competitive.
And exactly. I don't want to dedicate my free time to that because it'll take over.
Jericho's
I know what you
flipping
mean.
tables.
I'm not waiting. I'm back in high school, but I rather. I'm gonna.
I do it again too.
I want to do it with everything I got, and if I can't give everything I got, I don't want to do it.
That makes sense, because speaking out of experience, whenever it comes to like playing competitively, there are a lot of hours that you have to put in just to even have an idea what your opponent might be able to do in a single game. So if you don't have that like free time, because you're like a full-grown adult with responsibilities, so I understand. So I feel like it has to be something where, yeah,
It's crazy.
it's either you're Ash Ketchum or you're not, and there is no in between. Because if you want to win, you got to be Ash Ketchum. But if you're just going to play for fun, or if you want to go and just compete, you can be whatever character you want to be. But if you want to be Ash Ketchum, you got to put in the Ash Ketchum hours.
Ash Ketchum doesn't have a wife, doesn't have bills to pay.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Like,
Doesn't
there
have
are
a lawn to
people who go
upkeep.
these events. This is how they pay their mortgage.
Yeah.
This is how they pay their rent.
Yeah.
Like, and some of them, this is in their free time. There are people, Aaron Zhang, who commentates and also competes at times. He just got his doctorate. He's got his PhD. Why am I here with him?
That's true. The fact that we even saw Woofy is insane. Like it's one thing to know he exists and to know he could have been there, but the fact that he was at the one that we were at and won, it kind of like opens it up a little bit more. Like these guys are legit professionals. These aren't just streamers, even though they're streaming. Like they're it's like if LeBron James streamed his practices. Like
you were gonna say, was that like a
was that a Pokemon
what do you
tournament?
call it, like
2K?
NBA 2K?
Yeah.
People do
NBA
that.
2K5, 2K6, or whatever.
Right.
Convention.
That'd be fun. Not gonna lie.
No, I remember before regionals, I was doing local tournaments, and I placed second overall, but their junior division was so little that all the little kids wanted to play, of course. So, but there was not enough kids, so some of the kids had to play with the grown-ups, and these grown-ups are ruthless. It was like, it's a little kid. And I was playing with this one kid. His deck was clearly built by his dad. He had a meta deck for sure. He knew how to play the basics of it, right? And there was times where I had to contemplate myself. All right, am I really gonna let this kid? Pretty much he was all set up, and I would just like guide him. I'm like, hey, you're forgetting something. Hey, you sure you want to do this? I was helping him. I couldn't. I could have just whooped him. I could have just won. I could have just destroyed him. But no, I was like, no, I'm gonna be a good person. I'm gonna help this little kid. And I mean, I still ended up beating him. But I helped. I guided him. I gave him the cards. But
we are different people. My version of guiding him is beating that ass.
Come better.
Oh, you want to
come back when you're stronger.
Oh, you want to get better? Get good at taking this L real quick. If you can't,
we are different.
If your son wants to compete, he better know how to lose. He can't come in here, get his ass beat, and cry. He needs to come in here, get his ass beat, and take it like a man. That's my lesson. Come get this ass whooping. Bleep all this out. Come get that ass whooping.
There were times where like I said I'm so good. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna actually lose to this kid. So I'm like watching him like, hey, if he beats me. I mean I did help him. It's fine. You know that scene in Adventures of Ultron where Cap moves Melnor, and and Thor's like, oh, that was me. I was like, nope.
No, just kidding.
Wait, your calendar is in January. I don't appreciate this.
That's an old calendar too.
Yeah, apparently it's in January.
No, it's like years old. It's years old. Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't actually use calendars.
Last time you vacuumed down there.
No, not even.
Like 5 years ago.
Calendars for
you have two calendars. They're both in January.
I know.
So at least make it March to make it look aesthetically
so
pleasing.
far from Pokemon.
The camera can't see that.
Who cares about? This ain't about the camera. This ain't about them right now. This is about you.
What is that? I can't.
They're two calendars and they're both in January. It doesn't matter.
All right, that's all the time we have, folks.
No, is it?
Well, let me just check this calendar real quick and we'll find out.
Well, we still got a little time. I think we still got a little time. Anything else?
I was just gonna ask, what would you want to see out of a Pokemon main game? What kind of, like, not just battle mechanics, but what kind of story? What kind of what kind of events would you like to happen in it?
The dream game.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing off top. Like, there's only one answer.
The dream game, where all the regionals, all the regionals combined.
You can choose where you're from. You can choose which starter you get. You can have free customized clothes. I want a fully customized Pokemon game for me, but I don't know how. But I feel like, you know what? If I could re-answer that question, give me all that in a virtual game in the future. Something like Sword Art Online where I'm in the game.
Yeah, but see, that
Like
won't
Pokemon
happen.
VR.
I know that's a dream game, but I'm saying that part won't happen until Nintendo makes VR.
You're right.
Because Nintendo will never be on anything legally.
But
than
here's
Nintendo hardware.
the thing is, I would much rather Japan just take their time on VR. I would trust Japan's VR a lot more than I would America's and Meta's and PlayStation's.
Yeah.
If
The
Pokemon did it, they could have my soul 100%.
The
Y'all can.
actual
Yup.
Sword Art Online would
Yup.
be licensed by Nintendo.
That'd be
Yeah.
great. That would be great.
I mean, it
not gonna
won't
lie
put
to you.
past them that they're actually developing it right now. They gotta be. I mean, Apple already had one.
Yeah, but it's also dying out. Like, it's also very... It was niche to begin with, but it's also kind of...
I think
You
it's
gotta
gonna
think,
take a
gamers don't
couple
want to
of,
move.
Sorry to shit on your fans.
No. I think it's gonna take a couple of generations for VR to make a comeback, because I think the worst part about it is the big freaking helmet, and it looks goofy. I think once
You
you get
also
to
gotta-
a point where you can like run in place and you're like in it,
That's too much work for some of these gamers.
He wants Ready Player One.
I do.
Yeah.
But Pokemon, and the thing is,
VR headset
I know
is
it
just
seems like it's a far-fetched thing, but if you look at how quickly like
It's
technology is
possible.
advancing, it's possible within our lifetime. Even if I gotta stop myself from aging to experience it, I will.
All right, here's another question.
Even if I gotta live to 180, I
I'll
will.
do
I'm gonna open up another question, another door for you. If you were given the opportunity
Two tomatoes.
to download your consciousness into a virtual world, would you?
Only if it's Pokemon.
Okay, you sure about that?
Yep.
I'd say
In a world of Pokemon.
Yep.
You want to be in a world?
Arceus.
Yep. I'll take any
Fucking terrorist.
danger concept you give me. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Even top flosion.
100%. Let me get in that game.
Get kidnapped by Drifloon.
Look, here's the thing. I know more about Pokemon. I have more knowledge of Pokemon than I do anything else. I might as well use that knowledge somewhere.
True.
My man's hiding out in the cave. Like, oh god.
You know what I mean? I'd be a professor. I'd make some money in a virtual reality Pokemon game. Just make me a professor. I could teach so much. I would be sending all these kids out in the wild.
Samson introduces weed into the Pokemon world.
Bro, just Oddish. That's already been introduced. Gen 1, dog. Gen 1. That's my profile picture.
Already in the game called the Revival Herb. He has everything he needs.
Literally, I'm good. Have
just
y'all
walk in
seen a
there.
Rangaroo? I'm good.
You just walk in there and there's like
Okay.
oddish everywhere. There's
Are
Have
you-
y'all seen wheezing and coughing?
Are you ready to eat Pokemon?
Yeah. I eat animals right now. What you talking about?
That's-
I'm just gonna select which ones not to eat.
Okay,
obviously.
someone puts to enter the Pokemon world, you have to eat a Swampert.
No, I would just choose not to.
What-
Then you can't enter.
who
That's not the rule. Why would that be a rule? You
who
can't.
lives down south?
Why would that be a rule?
Yeah,
I'm giving you an ultimatum.
Imagine an ultimatum where it was like, you can't come to America unless you eat chicken or beef. Like, I'd be upset. Like, no, I don't, why is that a rule?
Okay,
Why is that a
Yeah,
rule?
that-
but this is just
It's
it's
a dumb
hypothetically
rule.
speaking.
I
That
don't
will probably
like
never
this
happen.
hypothetical. What?
I'm giving you an ultimatum.
Why are you?
Would
I don't
you?
like these
I want to see how much you love Swampert.
Huh?
I want to see how much you love Swampert. Would you eat a Swampert to be able to live in the Pokemon world, or never be in a Pokemon world, but you don't have to eat a Swampert?
I'm not going to answer this question. I don't like this hypothetical at all.
Is Swampert like a frog?
He's like a fish dog.
Fish dog.
Yeah, it's like an axolotl,
Yeah,
so it wouldn't really
Okay,
be
so
something you eat.
it's like a
So-
axolotl dog.
Licking a Swampert wouldn't.
It would.
Get you high.
No.
Why are you trying to get him high?
I'm just
You're
saying,
making it.
people lick toads to get high. I didn't know if you could lick a Swampert.
If you want to get high, just go to Gloom. I mean, there's an entire episode that kids, it just goes over their heads. Ash was high, bro. That whole episode of Gloom. Oh, it stinks, bro. That's weed, bro. Oddish evolved into it. What do y'all expect?
I'm still no ultimatum. would you eat
Brother.
a Swampert? It's one or the other. How much do you love Swampert? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. How much do you love Swampert more than Pokemon, or do you love Pokemon more than Swampert?
They're literally the same. What are you talking about?
The same thing.
I don't like this question. You're not.
Okay, Jericho, would you eat a Typhlosion?
I eat a milk tank though.
Would you make love to a Typhlosion?
Wait, so you wouldn't you you wouldn't eat a Ty?
When you get the Gardevoir out your closet.
I don't like Gardevoir.
He likes Lopunny. Come on.
Yeah, I like it. Put it back, man.
Justice Peloton's Whitney just claps you in the third gym.
I'm not eating.
Wait, what?
See,
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, all right. Let me make a more reasonable question. Let me ask a more reasonable question. What Pokemon would you eat?
Slowpoke.
So quick. That was so
What are you
quick.
talking? Delicacy. It's a delicacy. Just the tail.
Just the tail.
What if you bite the tail and then your head slowly forms into the thing and it becomes a slow bro?
I would be upset.
But his eyes.
That's
roll.
what happened. That's what happened. You eat a Slowbro and you become the tail. It evolves.
But I just pictured your head just morphing into the shell.
It's like an urban legend. No kids believe it, and then the kid tries it, and now it's.
He's like, bite, and then he's like,
Oh no! I should have listened to my parents.
Slow.
Pokemon turned into a body horror.
All right, so Samson wants to use a Slowbro. What would you
I
eat,
didn't
Jerry?
say slow, bro.
So
Slowpoke.
I said
Slowpoke,
slowpoke.
sorry,
There's a
sorry.
difference, sir.
Slowpoke.
There's a
Sorry.
difference.
what would you what Pokemon would you eat, Jericho?
He said milk.
Oh yeah, he's a Miltank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
milky
What do you
steak.
Samson, or wait,
Rayquaza?
Rayquaza.
Okay.
You'd eat Rayquaza?
No,
No. The
I was
Pokemon
gonna
that I
say.
would eat, Farfetch'd. He comes with his own dressings.
But he extinct,
Got-
you animal.
Is he extinct?
what?
Not yet.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well
He
then.
is a rare species.
Wait, but
I didn't.
He's
I
not
didn't know he was.
extinct.
I thought he was going extinct.
He's
Is
going
he
extinct.
Legit extinct.
That means you're extinct. If your species almost wiped out, that means you're extinct.
No, you're going extinct. You're
There's-
still
there's-
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a difference.
You could breed.
What's the
them
word for
more.
going extinct? Endangered.
Endangered.
Endangered is the word, sir.
Okay.
They're just endangered. They're not extinct.
If it's an endangered species, though, there's still a few left of them.
Yeah, that'd be like you eating Lapras, and we'd fight you on that.
They come with their own garnish, though. I think that's pretty.
Just eat the garnish.
I
Just
don't
use.
like leeks.
Why are you even eating the Farfetch to begin with? What is?
No. Seriously, what would I eat? Probably. No, not Pidgeys. I'd be like eating.
A pigeon.
Pigeon.
Pigeons. Yeah.
You'd be eating good in New York City.
Mike Tyson
Oh,
wouldn't like
what
that.
is-
Blaziken, spicy chicken.
Oh hell yeah!
What you talking about?
Popeyes? You ever heard of Popeyes?
I was like,
There's
what?
no meat on it.
I don't care.
Torch-
That's all protein.
No, what's the in between the Torchic?
Combustion.
Combustion. Yeah.
I see it. Unfortunately, I see it.
So I don't have to eat a baby, but I don't have to eat a full-grown man chicken.
Would
This is a clip. Someone clip this.
would Snorlax be on the menu?
Yeah, everything's on the menu.
No,
Why
and
not?
no.
That's all
Realistically,
fat.
Realistically, would Snorlax be on the menu? You're saying no?
No.
Why not?
I feel like he'd be on the menu in certain regions, like blubber. That's the blubber skin. Like if
He
you,
eats the menu.
not if he's dead.
Have you ever tried to? You seen a Snorlax?
Have
Is
I?
there a reason why Snorlax never opens up his eyes?
He's tired.
Yeah.
What kind of question is that?
He does one time.
Yeah, for Hyper Beam.
No, he's exclusive to you.
Oh, I gotta re-see that now.
What is
I
it?
forgot.
I don't know. I'm just picturing him being like,
That's
Like Cyclops from
scary.
X-Men.
Yeah, that'd be terrifying.
Look it up. There's a clip when he does the exclusive Z move. He like shoots.
Wade, look it up. You're in the middle.
Up and wide,
You're in the
and
middle,
he
Wade.
runs super fast.
Look up.
I remember him running super
Snor-
fast, but I
No,
don't
look
remember
up
him opening his eyes.
Snorlax
Boom. There's
Z move eyes.
Snorlax V move.
Z move.
Z moves.
Snorlax Z move. It'll show up.
Okay.
It's like, bro, he can see. He can see. That's why he's running full speed ahead.
I think you typed in V move.
Oh, Z move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
V moves or TCG.
EFG.
That's right. That's good, Samson. Keep stalling. Keep stalling.
URX DUV
You'll be right.
WX.
Listen. A couple of times I bring that.
Everything is installed.
Brother, is that well? Choose a different picture.
Wait.
I'm
Why don't you
looking
go to the videos when you're looking at pictures for?
Well, the
Just look at the video. Just watch the
True.
clip. You can see him open his eyes.
oh god, it's already terrifying.
He's enlightened. That's why his eyes are
Avatar
open.
State. Oh, he hitting that.
All right.
He's-
Viewers can't see this, but
Standing on him.
That's,
Put up on the screen.
it's,
Don't buy your thing.
it's on.
yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm risking that. Pokemon doesn't like it.
Holy shit.
No. No.
That doesn't.
Go
really
back.
count. That
Go
doesn't
back.
Really count. Hold
His
on.
eyes glowed so bright
You
that
can't really
it glowed
see.
through his skin. He never opened his eyes. His eyes got so bright it glowed through his skin. His eyelids, no, he never opened his eyes.
Just
In Stadium is one of the animations, like when he gets hit or something like that.
okay. Well,
That's
Is
even
this it?
worse. That's even worse.
is it this one?
Oh my
Is
god.
that it, Jericho?
That's way worse.
Uh,
I'm talking about Stadium. That's for sure.
wait. Jericho.
Yeah, that.
That's more terrifying, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing, like big white googly eyes.
I don't want to talk about Brock. They
I can't
he was black for my entire lifetime. And then I don't know what changed, but they were like, nah, he's a tan white man. Like they took away
said.
Pokemon, the
Who?
company. They
Nah.
whitewashed my man.
No, this is a.
They
this
took
is
away
a,
the black character we all had.
This is a gift versus.
They took him
gift.
away. No, they took him away. They gaslighted us. They said he was never black. He was tan. His dad was tan.
Didn't his dad leave when he was a kid?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I hope the mic caught that.
Oh, jeez. All right.
No, Brock's white. It's confirmed with Pokemon,
No,
and I'll
it
never
doesn't
forgive them for that.
necessarily mean.
I'll never
Sanrio
forgive them.
said Hello Kitty was a little girl and not a cat, and the creator of GIFs said that it's pronounced GIFs, so that doesn't mean anything. Brock is
Just
still
because the
black.
creator said so
Brock
doesn't
is
mean it's
still
true.
I need to see
He's good at cooking.
his mom. I need to see what his mom looks like to actually have that answer.
He has 400 brothers and sisters. I don't know if that's a black name.
I was wondering that because he's got siblings that are white, doesn't he?
Yeah,
So he's half.
No, because his dad's tan white.
There's
But
no
his
such thing
skin,
as tan
but
white.
his, I'm so confused
There's
because
no such thing as tan white
yes,
Mhm.
that is, yes, there is. Just white with a tan.
unless
Hulk Hogan does it.
I'm yeah, but he's not born like that.
That we know
I
of.
don't even know what the title
Well,
of this
Brock's not born
episode-
like that. We see Brock when he's like post tan. We don't see Brock pre tan. You know.
So he had a tan surgery.
Are there any scenes, Jericho, of Brock in his childhood when he's white?
I'll see what I can find.
Because I think the earliest we see Brock is like Pewter City, and he's like
First.
a 16-year-old, technically speaking.
Was there a flashback in that?
I'm trying to think of that.
There's a flashback where he first meets, I think, Onyx, and he looks the same. He's just shorter and a little younger.
Oh, yeah. See,
He's
there's no such thing as a tan white person.
he's just
gotta be
tan.
Mediterranean at least.
Well,
He's got to be like Greek or Italian.
but you'd still be tan from the sun. The sun makes you dark over
I mean,
time
yes,
through generations.
Because I'm Greek, but I look like a white
A white man.
man.
All right. That's all the time you have today, folks.
I'm a.
We're-
What? We're at 57:40. We have 2 minutes and
We have
20
We are,
seconds.
because the first part that
was like about 10
Stitched
minutes. Yeah. So
Well, forget that part.
This one, this one's not to an hour yet.
This is welcome to the extended pre-long
join our
bloopers version.
Patreon.
You can't have Samson and Jericho on for a Pokemon episode and be like, "Well, we're ending it early today."
We're not
Well,
ending it
yeah.
early. We've been here.
We'll save it for a day where Jericho's actually here.
Yeah, when we're gonna see you IRL.
Well, I would be in town next weekend, but you guys now have plans, so
Oh,
the next
yeah.
time I have no idea.
Do I have plans next weekend? Or do you have plans next weekend?
I do, and then
I do.
Larry and Sly do as well.
He'll be in town when we're going out of town.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that off podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna title this episode. We talked about it a lot.
Yeah, mostly Pokemon. Which Pokemon would you eat?
Oh,
Which
easy.
Pokemon?
The
No, I was saying what to title it, but yeah, you didn't
Oh.
answer what Pokemon.
Yeah,
You
but
can answer it.
I didn't. The ice cream Pokemon.
vanilla?
Vanilla-ish.
I don't like it anyway. Trash Pokemon.
Yeah,
I'd chew
easy.
on the keys.
I imagine
Worst Pokemon.
I imagine
Your opinion.
tastes like
What's
ice.
the worst Pokemon? What do you mean by that? Like,
Worst design. Worst design. Your least favorite design.
I had one, but I just lost it. What was it called?
I
You
mean,
good answer. Bruxish.
what?
Who?
it's just, nah.
It is the fish from Alola that has jagged teeth and eyelashes and a weird,
How do you spell
No, because there's real life fish that are like that.
How do you spell
and they ugly.
They ugly.
Just with an X and then ish. I'm
Okay.
trying to think. The word. I'll get hate on that answer.
Yeah, say it.
No, say it. No,
Say
you
it.
gotta say it.
I'm not gonna call it the worst. I'm gonna call it the most overhyped because I think it's great from nostalgia, but the design has always been underwhelming to me. Dragonite.
That's crazy.
What?
Wait, what do you hate?
I always felt like it just looks like a Yoshi looking dragon. Like it never looked scary. It always looked like a goofy dragon.
It's not supposed to be.
Because I look at
He's supposed to-
Charizard.
He's a mailman.
It's a toon dragon.
Let me get my point out.
He's a mailman.
It's
I
a
look at
toon
Charizard,
dragon.
and Charizard
It's a toon.
wasn't a
It's
dragon,
a toon
but
version of
Charizard
Charizard.
looked like a dragon. So as a kid, I'm like, Charizard's the one. And then you're telling me that no, this goofy, smiley Yoshi looking dragon is really a dragon. I'm not saying it's a bad Pokemon. I'm just saying it's one of the most overhyped, in my opinion. Because he just looks like a goofy.
These are some
motherfucker.
hot takes, man.
Why is
He is
Dragonite
canceled.
Orange
I
when
can't agree with that.
Dragonite.
Exactly. Why is Dragonite orange when the first two are blue?
Dratini and Dragonair.
Because I don't think that it was meant to be that evolution.
And I saw something. I saw something where someone took Dratini, Dragonair, and then they redesigned Dragonite as blue and have like the wings were like Dragonair's, head
Right.
wings or whatever. And it just the design looked cooler.
I forget what I saw.
Why the hell is he orange?
I don't think it was supposed to be that evolution. I think I could be wrong, but I think he was like they just kind of did it last minute. I don't know because it doesn't look anything like it.
But that's kind of a reach of a conversation like the Venonat Butterfree theory.
But that one makes actual
makes
sense.
That one is too spot on. Metapod looks like Venomoth's body, and Venonat's face looks like Butterfree's. Like Venonat and Butterfree have the same eyes and face.
Look, they've made bad decisions before, so
Yeah.
some things I'm looking at him like I
I'm
don't
pretty sure
know.
That's confirmed too, because didn't they say like that was
Someone got
it,
fired that day.
but then they changed. They swapped them around because Ash catches they wanted Ash to catch Caterpie early, and they wanted the end design to be more attractive than Venomoth, so they switched Butterfree and Venomoth. I thought that could also just be a theory.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more facts to this theory.
Butterfree is more marketable than
Venomoth.
Venomoth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they came out with Butterfree's design far before they did the show.
Yeah, I know.
I still think it was a throw in, even in the manga. I don't know. You can't tell me otherwise. Too similar.
It's just
Either that or evolution's weird in their world.
Wait,
Dragonite's really your worst?
No, I didn't say
Oh,
that.
least favorite.
Or most overhyped in my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Design.
I have a couple.
Go ahead.
I don't like the keys Pokemon.
The
I don't
keys.
like-
Yeah.
I don't like the I mean, truthfully, the sandcastle. I forget what the reasoning behind that is. It's like, isn't it a ghost type or something like that? The sandcastle.
I think.
Yeah. So it calling it a ghost type kind of is a cop out, because then a ghost can be anything. You know what I mean?
I have
Like
an
a
answer.
ghost is like it's haunting sand and turned into a sandcastle or whatever. So the keys, the sandcastle, going back to Gen 1, I think Voltorb and Electrode are kind of dumb.
Wow.
They're just Pokeballs. Hey,
They're bombs.
If I'm gonna be
Bomb.
they are bombs, but if I'm gonna be a stickler for the new stuff, I gotta call out my own generation. You know, they are just ball with eyes, upside down ball with eyes.
It's amazing. Amazing design.
And then
And then they were like blue.
this man said Voltorb
Yeah.
and Electrode are amazing.
Because here's the thing.
But hates
Here's the
Dragonite.
thing. If I am in the anime and a Dragonite swoops down next to me, I'm not scared. If I'm in the anime and I see a Voltorb or an Electrode, I'm running away. You know why?
Because they're bombs.
They're bombs,
If
yeah.
they were a bomb,
The design is terrifying. It's a bomb that can roll towards you. That's a good design. I'm just saying. Dragonite is just a goofy dragon.
That can fly at high speeds. But
That's it. That's it. Oh, a plane. He's a jet plane dragon. He don't even
And he
look
delivers
scary.
your mail. How
And he
you
looks
gonna hate on a
goofy.
mailman like that?
Because he delivers it late. How you going to be that fast and still be late? Brother.
He had to find out.
Although my worst design that I think is the worst is Serena. They literally just made they tried to make a sexy looking fruit, and I don't like that. It's literally called what is its description called, Jericho? Because I don't have Google on me to confirm it.
hold on, I got you.
How do you spell Serena?
With a T.
To
TSA.
me, it just looked like a garlic clove with legs.
No, its description is disgusting. That's why I don't like it. TSA and then REENA. Like how Oddish is the weed Pokemon?
Oh, well, Serena's just a fruit Pokemon.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
got them thinking
No, hit
fast.
all, hit all. She's a specific. She has a name.
That's wild.
Serena.
I don't know what name you're looking for.
The breedable Pokemon.
Oh shit. Everything you touch turns perverted.
No, it is not.
he literally said it's a sexy fruit.
Yeah, but you made it breedable.
Yeah, the classification just says fruit Pokemon.
You gonna tell me? that
Yeah,
they
but it's a fruit
grow
Pokemon
children?
with a juicy booty. Literally, literally,
Restrained.
it's a fruit.
We're straying fur from God every day.
The
I'm gonna
second
click
one.
on Bulbapedia.
Okay.
But then you can't hit on Applin in the whole evolution line, because
No, because
Applin's a
Applin,
dragon.
Applin's dope. It's not trying to look sexy.
It's a
Sir-
dragon.
Applin, but you're gonna hold on. You're gonna endorse Applin, but hate on Dragonite.
Because Applin evolves into something that looks pretty dope. Dragonite, look at its face. Reminds me of Yoshi. I nicknamed it Yoshi because it reminds me. Even it's shiny. I'm like, nah, you're Yoshi. You're ugly green.
That just sounds like great marketing to me.
It might be great marketing.
it's a
I
conversation
just call it
starter for sure.
overhype. It just always look goofy to me.
Mine's gonna be Trubbish. It's just
The answer, yeah.
this is
Oh,
this is
yeah,
trash.
that one's
It's
mine.
literally
It's just
trash.
this
Yeah.
is trash. Why is that a thing? I don't like getting the mucks, grimers. I don't like them. It's gross.
You don't like Mug?
I don't.
I like mine.
That's toxic sewage. I don't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't like any of that.
I like the
I like
new
the
one.
gross stuff.
Did you know
How
that
about Mug
Ekans
Garbo
is snake backwards?
Like, who endorsed that decision?
Did you know
I don't
that
know.
Arbok is Cobra backwards?
Don't start. Wade. Don't start.
Did you know that
Wade.
Buck-
Wade. Wade. Don't. No, we're not going there. Watch it.
I'm not saying
Watch
that.
it.
That one will actually get flagged.
Did
on-
you know Neil Armstrong's name backwards is alien?
I saw that. It was like Narts.
Grotz. Grolt something.
Something alien. That's all that matters.
Nort's Mr. Alien.
Little juicy
Neil
booty.
Armstrong was going home when he went to the moon.
If they went to the moon.
All right.
For watching, everybody.
And we're gonna end that before we start open up a whole nother discussion. Yeah, like, rate, subscribe, ShinoBroz, Twitter, or not Twitter.
Y'all still got TikTok? Y'all
TikTok,
still got that?
Instagram,
Nice.
and YouTube.
We got MySpace.
Follow us, subscribe,
Follow us on Tumblr.
please get these
Pinterest.
views up, share it.
We're on Google.
Get these views up. Join our Discord.
Follow us on Safari,
Let us know what you want to hear
Firefox.
us talk about. I don't know what Samson's saying.
Follow us on everything. Follow
Yeah.
behind us.
Follow us on all the platforms.
Follow us on Fire.
New
Follow us.
episode every Sunday at 10 a.m.
Comment,
Eastern Standard Time.
like,
Comment.
don't rate us negatively, or I'll sue you on some Drake type.
Okay.
Give us a
Yeah,
thumbs
we're
up.
gonna go play Pokemon and
I'm going
see
to
you next
Walmart.
week.
Starting or choosing NCA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comments. Let us know what
Your least favorite
Pokemon.
design as well.
Yeah, what Pokemon you hate the design.
Hey, help us build a community. We will talk about anything. We'll join our Discord. We'll make sections. If you want just Pokemon, we can do that too. We'll just
Come to our houses.
join. Don't come to our houses. That's a little stalkerish.
Come meet us.
Play chess with Wiz.
Yeah, someone play chess with Wiz, please. Yeah,
Every Sunday.
every Sunday. Anything else you guys want to plug? Anything?
I don't have any extension cords on me at the
Not
moment.
right now.
Okay, we're gonna go play Pokemon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.